Pet Check is brought to you by Bosley's, a proud supporter of the Victoria Humane Society. Go to bosleys.com/givingback.
It's Pet Check time, and we have something we rarely have on Pet Check. It is a little dog, and it's a younger little dog. This is Phoebe. She's a little bit scared right now. You can see she's shaking a little bit because she's scared. Lots of noises outside, but she is very cute. She was brought in from a remote community, and she's looking for her happy forever home. Penny Stone's here from the Victoria Humane Society to tell me more about Phoebe. Now, I've been looking for a small little dog for almost 2 years. You've been looking for me, and
every single Pet Check you say, did you find me my small dog yet? Yes. And unfortunately, we very, very rarely get in small younger dogs. The dogs we get in are the older ones that are either extremely obese and got diabetes because they haven't been properly taken care of, or that are on their last legs and the people have passed away. So very unusual for us to have a small dog. And by the way, congratulations. I'm very happy for you because I know for a long time you've been looking, and we've been trying to help you, and different rescues here have been trying to help you, but nothing's come in that will work with what you need in your family.
Right,
so we always want to make sure it's a good match.
We did adopt an older dog. It's our first dog. She was 10 years old. She lived in a cage her whole life. She was wonderful. And then our last dog, Bella, had a heart issue, and I just can't handle another loss anytime soon. So we really wanted a younger,
and with your dog Murphy, you needed a younger dog. So it's important you get what's going to work in your family. So unfortunately, very rarely they come up. But this one came to us. She was in a remote community. Her family had her caretaker had passed away, so there was her, and she was kind of just running around outside in the snow, and no one was taking care of her, and someone caught her and asked us if we could take her on, so of course we did. What I want to talk about is small dogs and dentals, because as we know, small dogs always need dentals. And she's only 3 years old, and she has deciduous teeth that have stayed, and it has mushed up her whole mouth, so she is getting a complete dental tomorrow. So, you know, important people remember when they're getting small dogs, and I know you know this because I know how many times you took your dog for a dental.
Dentals.
It's important people plan for dentals with small dogs. All dogs eventually in their lifetime will need cleanings, things like that, but small dogs inevitably will always need dentals, and probably 2 or 3 times in their lifetime, and, you know, constant cleaning. So important people, you know, make sure that they budget for that, make sure that they're ready for that, because they're just, I mean, it's so painful for them. And a lot of people will say, well, you know, she'll just eat soft food. And that's not fair. They need to have a good, healthy mouth, because when their mouth is infected like that, what happens is the poison in their mouth goes through to their body and affects their other organs. Really important. Going to have small dogs, and I know you know this because you're so good to your dogs. If you're going to have small dogs, make sure that you've got enough money set aside for dentals. Like I said, 3 years old and having a dental already. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's pretty young to need dental work, cleaning, and teeth extraction.
But I know Phoebe will be very popular because it's very hard to find a small dog.
Yes, and we wanted to talk about that a little bit because most small dogs that are younger that come up, or even middle-aged small dogs, usually never even get to a rescue, the ones that come up on Vancouver Island.
No, because what happens is if you have say you have a small dog like Phoebe and you're living in Victoria, there's lots of people looking, so people will place them themselves. So it's rare for small dogs that are you know, under 10 that go up for adoption in Victoria. There's too many homes wanting them, so it is difficult to find one. So it's very sad that people that are looking for that particular kind of dog can't find them.
Yeah, and I have had emails from people. That's why we tried to find one to have on today because it is unusual, and lots of people have been looking and have exhausted rescues here and haven't been able to find one. Most of the small dogs that come in from elsewhere. They might be coming in from high-kill shelters outside of BC, or found on the street in places like Mexico, where they would probably die if they weren't rescued. So it's heartbreaking for me to see any animals.
Well, every animal deserves a home. Like, you know, like it's not for us to, you know, question that part. It's every animal deserves a home. They need someone to love them, someone to take care of them. And you have to make sure you get the right one. And I think people miss this a lot, is you have to make sure you get the right one, the right age, the right personality, the right thing to match what's in your family, whether you have kids, whether you have another animal, whether you have, and it's like you said, like you have Murphy, you need to get the right type of dog for Murphy. You've just been through a huge loss. You want a younger one. Like it is. You have to make sure that the match is right. And we're very particular when we're adopting, when people say, like, For instance, those ones we had on last weekend that were
the
crazy.
handful, the crazy puppy pandemonium handful. They were adorable.
Adorable, but they can't go to a condo. Like they couldn't go to an apartment. Like it's important to make sure the matches are right for the family. So what everybody needs is different, and I think we have to respect that with people. That what people are looking for is what they need. So,
and then that makes a good match because Murphy probably would have tried to murder those puppies.
Yes.
Like we don't let him outside when we have puppies like that on because he goes on the attack mode, and he's the sweetest little man, but he's got anxiety and doesn't do well with big dogs. He's afraid of big and medium dogs.
So it's important to get it's funny because people will say to me, well, why don't they just take any dog? And I'm like, well, if they just take any dog, there isn't that connection, there isn't that love, and the dog's not getting what the dog needs.
Yes.
So it's important that you get what you're looking for, what you need, what matches your family, and what's going to work with your family's energy, what's going to work with your home life.
And your existing pets.
Yep.
Because we have 3 cats, all rescue cats, and a dog.
Yep.
And we don't want to disrupt their life in a negative way. We want them to have a new family member who's a new friend, a new playmate, and makes their life better, not something that's going to make them unhappy.
Yeah. And just about Phoebe, she looks very shy here, and she looks very forlorn, but she's looking at her foster mom. She is the cuddliest. Once she knows you, she's just all up in your face and cuddle, cuddle, cuddle. She's going to make someone a really nice pet, and I know we're going to get. We actually thought about not bringing her on because we knew we would get so many applications for her because she's one in a bunch.
Okay. All right. If you're interested in Phoebe, just go to our website, checknews.ca. Click on the Pet Check page there. We'll have the link to the Victoria Humane Society with adoption information. Thanks for watching.